Deku was Killer Sand, Part 3. Okay, in the last one, Sen, Kendo, and Bakugo had successfully entered to UA. It's a few weeks after that, and Bakugo, Deku, and Kendo is on the way to UA High School. When they are inside of the UA High School, they walk around to find their class. Three of them is inside of class 1A, and when they find class 1A, they was amazed to see how big the door is. So three of them open the door to see their Ida and Momoyasu and a boy. No, yeah, I would say his name, Shototoroki. Three of them walk, and Izuku sit on the back, on the corner of the back that close to window. Kendo sit beside him, and Bakugo sit in front of him. Bakugo put his feet on the table, and then Ida come and say, You shouldn't do that. That are disrespectful to our senior and the teacher and all the A staff." And Bakugo say, Dude, calm the freak down. I just put my feet in the table. What? Did your old school put a stick under your inside your butt or something? Both Ida and Bakugo is arguing, and Deku getting annoyed, and then he say, "Both of you, shut up." Bakugo and Ida look at Izuku, and they are scared right now because Izuku is glaring, and Bakugo immediately put his feet down and say, "Dude, no." He look at Ida and say, "Dude, you don't want to mess with him when he's get angry, so I think you better leave me now." Ida, without say anything, he leave. More of his class, more of the class students come, and they go to Kendo, Bakugo, and Izuku and talk to them. And they try to ask Izuku what his quirk is. And Izuku getting annoyed, and Bakugo seeing this. And Izuku look to see there a short boy look at Kendo weirdly. So Izuku look at the boy and say, "Hey yo." Izuku look at the boy, and the boy say, huh? Yeah?" Izuku say, "If you try something funny to my friend, I will make sure to cut one of your grape off, one by one. So, you better be, you know, basically I don't know the word. Yeah, I will say be a gentleman to a woman and not disrespectful or harassing any of them." And then Izuku summoned a dagger, and Mina and the boy say, and the boy is Minata, and he say, "Yep, yep." And Izuku sigh, and then he stand up and walk to the teacher podium, and he look down under it, and he sigh and say, "Mr. Aizawa, wake up." And Aizawa wake up and say, "Geez, you guys take more longer than I thought." And Izuku say, "If you are already under there, how about you try to make them quiet down?" And Aizawa say, "Because I want to sleep, of course, but all of them make a ruckus, so the sleep not so comfortable." And Izuku say, "Yeah." And Izuku walk to his table, and Aizawa introduce himself as the homeroom teacher, and Aizawa go to his bag and pull something. He pulled the UA uniform, sport uniform, and tell them to go to the changing room, changing locker, and wear this, and meet him outside. And a boy like Kabirai, no, Ida say, but what about the orientation? And Izuku say, in the real world, we don't have time for orientation if we will become a hero. So I think you just follow the teacher order. And then Izuku walk off and call Baku and Kendo to follow him. Everyone do the same. On the inside of the changing room, Izuku take off his shirt and the boys see that he have a lot of scar and a stab mark on his back and in front of him and his arm. And everyone was horrified and he was saying, dude, what happened to you? They look manly, but I'm somewhat concerned right now. And Izuku say, well, I somewhat get tortured about 5 years. And I was listening to the hero saving me, but they take a time to save me and Kendo. And everyone was in shock and Kamina say, wait, Kendo, isn't that the girl that have a wolf ears? And Izuku say, yeah. And Ida say, are you telling me that both of you been tortured before? And Izuku say, yup. And Izuku wear his UA uniform. No, UA sport uniform. And before he walk off, he look and see that Mineta is trying to pick on girl. It's a little hole. And Izuku walked to Mineta and he put his arm on Mineta's shoulder and clenched it harder and Mineta getting hurt. You see, dude, what the? And Mineta look at Izuku and Izuku say, I tell you to be a to try to not be a pervert. And what you are doing right now, try to peeping Tom. You try to become a peeping Tom and look, try to spy on girl changing. People like you disgust me. Izuku clenching his arm harder on Mineta's shoulder, and Mineta say, "Wait, stop! I beg of you!" And Izuku sigh, and he put take his hand off Mineta's shoulder, and Mineta say, "Take." Before Mineta can say anything, Sen kicked Mineta in the stomach, but he sending him fly to the ceiling, and then he fall. Everyone was in shock, and Izuku say, "Listen here. If you guys try to take a peek on the girl, I will ask Bakugo if any of you do that, and I will make sure you will regret it." Everyone's scared, and then Izuku leave. On the girl changing room, Jiro hear this, and he no. Few minutes ago, they look at Kendo's body and they were in shock, and they asked the same thing as the boy asking Izuku, and Kendo explained everything as well. And then Jiro put his earjet inside the wall to hear what the boys say, and he heard that Minata tried to take a peek on them, and he heard that hear a loud talk and screaming and say, I think there a boy try to pick take a pick on us, but there one guy somewhat beat him up, and Mina say, I wonder who it is that beat the pervert. And Kendo think to himself, no, he say that maybe Izuku talking to him to herself, and the girl look, and they say Izuku, and Kendo say, yeah, the one that have a black hair and some a line under his eye, that guy. Kendo wait, everyone now on the sport field, in the sport field, and Aizawa look at Mineta to see that Mineta is not here. No, he looked around to see that Mineta not here and asked, where is Mineta? And Izuku say that I somewhat beat him up and I think he just inside of the infirmary. And Aizawa sigh and say, and why did you heal him? And Izuku say, I will not heal a sinner. And Aizawa sigh and say, fair enough. Anyway, Izuku, can you throw the ball? And Izuku say, can I be last and do my test part after everyone done with their part? And Aizawa sighed and said, yeah, sure. Well then, Bako, you are the one doing this. And Bako say, sure. Aizawa throw him a ball, and Bakugo threw as far as he can. He get about 1,000 meters or kilometer. I don't remember which one is farther. And everyone was shocked. And then Kendo throw it, and he get 80 kilometer or millimeter. I don't remember which one is more longer, meter or kilometer. And then Kendo look at Aizawa and say, can I do the same as Izuku? Aizawa sigh again and say, yeah, but only you two, because I don't bore you longer than anyone here, so I will give you guys some privilege. And Kendo look at Aizawa and say, thank you. Sensei is about to sleep on the wall, and Kendo go to him and say, Izuku. Izuku look at Kendo, and Kendo put his lap, patting his lap, and say, Izuku, how about you sleep on my lap? And Izuku say, sure. Izuku is sleeping on Kendo lap, and the girl look, and the boys like, Kabdari and Zero say, man, I jealous at that dude. I would die for having to change spot with him. And Bakugo say, do you really want to change spot with him? You remember, right? He been tortured about 5 years. And Kabdari say, Isaka thought, never mind. Everyone do their part of the task. And that is for Kendo. And Kendo wakes Izuku up and say, Izuku, I have to do my test. Izuku say, okay. And then he wake up from Kendo and stand up. And Kendo do his test. And Kendo get first. Defeating Ida in race. Then defeating Uraka in... No one can defeat Uraka in the ball throwing as far as he can. Because Uraka using his zero gravity. And Kendo destroy the grip test machine, And to side, she get like third, I think, second, I think. No, I make her second. And the high jump, she get, huh, she get first, and she done with her part of the task. And then Aizawa called Izuku and say, Izuku, it's your turn. And Izuku go walk to Aizawa and ask, so what will I do? Aizawa said that you have to throw the ball as far as you can using your powers. And Izuku asks, so which one? And Aizawa say, how about using blue magic? I want to see how far you can use it. How far you can use it. And Izuku say, yeah, sure. Izuku walk inside in the circle and Aizawa throw him a ball. Izuku using blue magic made the ball float and everyone was surprised. And then Izuku throw it as fast as he can and far. And thanks to the blue magic and the force of his throwing, is go out of orbit and Aizawa look at his phone and say, Infinity. Everyone was in shock. And that is the 1 kilometer race. And Izuku just in split second using his shortcut and teleport himself to the end. And Aizawa say 0.00.00.1 second. Everyone would joyous drop. And then side to side. Izuku gets the fastest and the highest point. In the group test, he get around, I think, third, hmm, third place. And then is the high jump. And Izuku asks Aizawa if he can take off his shirt. And Aizawa's confused. And then he remembered and he say, "Oh, sure. And I will ask the principal to make a adjustment to your sport uniform as well." Izuku say, "Thanks, Aizawa." Everyone was confused. And then Izuku take off his shirt and the girl look. And they somewhat blush and horrified at the same time because they see Izuku have a lot of scar and they see that Izuku is Jack and Izuku starting to something starting to grow from Izuku back and Izuku grow his dark wing and everyone was in shock and then Izuku started to fly in the air and Aizawa say I will give you infinity because I know you can fly as high as you want. So Izuku get the top score, Kendo get the third, Bakugo get second, and Bobo get fourth, and Todoroki get fifth. Everyone walk off, then walk off. No, as I was say, okay, everything is done, but and by the look of it, I have to expel Minoru Mineta from the hero course. Everyone was in shock except for Izuku, and and Kendo say, "Are you think that a little bit too far?" Izuku told Kendo that he before as have expelled a lot of students from in just 1 year, entire class in just 1 year. So that is as far as he has been doing before. And that guy is deserve it. He maybe I know why he want to be a hero for, just for the lady, not for helping other. He just a pervert, and he not deserve the title to become a hero. And Izuku, Aizawa say, cor- correct. And then a few hours has passed, and Mineta is now expelled from Class 1A, and now in the normal general course. And Izuku say, no, it's the school is done. No, the school is over, and they all walk off. And some of the girls go to Izuku and ask if they can walk with him to the train station. And Ida go with them. And Kaminari and Kishiba follow them, and Zero. And Izuku say sure. All of them go, walk to the train station, and they ask, so Izuku, what your quirk? And Izuku say that his quirk is a fallen angel. That was his name of his quirk, but he secretly, but that a little, his quirk not as strong as his full power. They ask why did you call it fallen angel, and Izuku say that actually its former name is what angelic angel, but after what happened to me and torture it has been happened to me, the quirk somewhat turned into darkness, and you see this line on my eye. It was actually my tears. I was actually almost emotionless when I was being tortured. The only emotion I had was rage and hatred toward the one that tortured me and Kendo, torturing me, torturing me, me and Kendo. So that's why I have this line, and everyone is in shock. And I will end it right here. Sorry if it's short, but I have to think of something. Oh, and yeah, thank you for 34 subscribers. Anyway, see ya. Bye bye.